You came home, your dog ran to you, tail wagging, jumping like you'd been gone for years, and you thought, he's happy, he's fine, everything is good. But what if he wasn't? What if, underneath all that excitement, something else was going on? Something quiet, something invisible, something your dog has been trying to tell you for months, and you never noticed. Here's the truth most dog owners never hear. Stress in dogs doesn't bark, it doesn't whine, it doesn't shake in a corner. Most of the time, it hides. It hides in small moments, in tiny behaviors you've seen 1,000 times and never once questioned. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover 7 silent warning signs that your dog is secretly stressed, and what each one actually means inside your dog's mind. Some of these will surprise you. Some will make you see your dog in a completely different way. And at least one of them will make you feel like you've been missing something important. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand your dog better, you'll know exactly how to help. Let's start with something almost every dog owner has seen but never thought twice about. Your dog yawns, you're sitting on the couch, nothing is happening, and your dog just yawns, big, slow, dramatic, and you think, oh, he's sleepy. But here's the strange part. That yawn might have nothing to do with sleep. In dog psychology, yawning is what behaviorists call a calming signal. It's a way dogs communicate stress or discomfort to you, to other dogs, to the world around them. Dr. Turid Rugas, a Norwegian dog trainer and researcher who spent decades studying canine body language, identified yawning as one of over 30 stress signals dogs use to communicate emotional overload. So the next time your dog yawns, ask yourself what just happened. Was there a loud noise? A stranger nearby? Did you raise your voice? That yawn might be your dog saying, I'm overwhelmed. I need a moment. Not sleepy. Struggling. Sign number 2 is one of the most misunderstood behaviors in all of dog ownership, and it's something most people find adorable. Your dog licks constantly. Your hands, your face, the furniture, their own paws, over and over again. And you think he's just being affectionate. He's grooming himself. That's normal. Most people don't realize this. Excessive licking is one of the most consistent signs of chronic stress and anxiety in dogs. When a dog is emotionally overwhelmed, their body releases cortisol, the same stress hormone humans produce. And one of the ways dogs self-soothe is through repetitive behavior. Licking triggers a mild release of endorphins. It calms the nervous system down temporarily. Think of it like a human biting their nails or tapping their foot. It's not enjoyment, it's coping. Research from the School of Veterinary Medicine at UC Davis found that dogs with anxiety disorders showed significantly higher rates of repetitive oral behaviors, including licking, than dogs in low-stress environments. So if your dog licks obsessively, especially at their own paws until they turn red or raw, that's not grooming. That's a cry for help, in the only language they know. Sign number 3 might be the one that changes everything for you. Your dog follows you everywhere. To the kitchen, to the bathroom, they sit outside the shower door. The second you move, they move. And you think, he loves me. He just wants to be close. And you're right, he does love you. But here's what that love is actually telling you. In dog psychology, this behavior is called hyperattachment, and it's one of the clearest signals of an anxious dog. Dogs are pack animals. Their entire survival instinct is wired around not being alone. But when a dog can't be without you even for 60 seconds, even inside the same house, that's not just love. That's fear. Fear that you'll disappear, fear that they won't be safe, fear that comes from somewhere deep, often rooted in past experiences, early separation, or an environment that never felt fully secure. And here's the emotional weight of this. Your dog follows you because you are the only thing in their world that makes them feel okay. You are their entire sense of safety. That's not just touching, that's a responsibility. Most people misunderstand this and accidentally make it worse. They comfort the dog every time it follows. They reward the anxiety without realizing it. And the dog learns, being anxious brings the human closer, so the anxiety grows. We'll talk about how to break that cycle. But first, the next sign is something most dog owners completely misunderstand. Sign number 4, watch your dog's eyes, not the puppy dog eyes you love. Look for something specific, whale eye. That's when you can see the white part of your dog's eye, the sclera, visible on the sides. It happens when a dog turns their head slightly, but keeps their gaze fixed. The eyes go wide, the whites show. It looks subtle. Most people never notice it. But in dog behavioral science, whale eye is considered a high priority stress indicator. It means your dog feels cornered, uncomfortable, or threatened. It often appears in situations we think are positive. A hug, a child leaning in close, a stranger reaching for their face. Here's the hard truth. Dogs don't hug. Hugging is a human behavior that dogs tolerate, but rarely enjoy. A 2016 study published in Psychology Today analyzed over 250 photographs of people hugging their dogs. In over 81% of the photos, the dogs showed at least one visible stress signal. Whale eye was one of the most common. Your dog lets you hug them because they love you, not because they love hugs. There's a difference. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Sign number 5 is quieter, easier to miss, and somehow the saddest one on this list. Your dog stops playing. Not because they're old, not because they're tired, they just stop engaging. They drop the toy, they lie down in the corner, they watch instead of participate. And you think, maybe they're just in a mood. But here's what's really happening. Play is not just fun for dogs. Play is a neurological indicator of emotional well-being. When a dog is mentally healthy and feels safe, play is natural, spontaneous, almost compulsive. But when stress becomes chronic, when the nervous system is constantly in low-level survival mode, play shuts down. The brain prioritizes threat scanning over joy. There's no room for fun when you're always waiting for something bad to happen. Researchers at the University of Bristol's Animal Welfare Science Unit found that dogs exposed to prolonged unpredictability in their environment, inconsistent routines, frequent changes, or emotionally volatile households showed marked reductions in play behavior over time. Not random, not laziness, not a phase, a shutdown. If your dog has slowly stopped playing, don't just get a new toy. Ask what changed in their world. Something in their environment shifted, and they felt it before you did. Sign number 6 will make you rethink everything about your morning routine. Your dog sheds a lot. You brush them, vacuum the floors, use the lint roller 3 times a day, and still the hair never ends. And you think, that's just their breed. That's just how it is. But here's the strange part. Have you ever noticed your dog sheds more at the vet, more during a thunderstorm, more when guests arrive? That's not coincidence. Acute stress triggers accelerated hair loss in dogs. It's a documented physiological response. When the body enters a stress state, blood flow is redirected to the muscles and away from the skin. Hair follicles, which are sensitive to blood flow changes, respond by releasing hair. This is why military dogs, shelter dogs, and dogs in high-stimulation environments often show noticeably higher shedding rates than dogs in calm, stable homes. So if your dog is shedding excessively and nothing has changed medically, look at their emotional environment. Their body might be telling you what their face can't. And now, sign number 7, the one I want you to pay the most attention to, because this one isn't just about your dog, it's about you. Your dog mirrors your stress. You've had a terrible day, you're tense, anxious, replaying arguments in your head, you sit on the couch, your dog walks over, not wagging, just present. They lean against you, their breathing is slightly fast. Their body is tight. You think, they know I'm sad, they're comforting me. They are, but they're also absorbing you. Research from Linköping University in Sweden, published in the journal Scientific Reports, found something extraordinary. When scientists measured cortisol levels in both dogs and their owners over time, they discovered the levels were synchronized. Dogs and humans who lived together long-term literally developed matching stress hormones. Your dog doesn't just sense your emotions, your dog takes them on. If you are chronically stressed, anxious, or emotionally overwhelmed, your dog is living that experience alongside you, in their body, in their nervous system, without any way to understand why they feel that way. This changes everything, because it means the most powerful thing you can do for your dog's mental health isn't a toy or a supplement or a training technique. It's you, your calm, your consistency, your presence. You are your dog's emotional climate. And they live entirely inside the weather you create. So what do you do with all of this? The answer is simpler than you think, but it requires something most people underestimate. First, observe. Really observe. Start watching your dog not just for what they do, but when they do it and what happened right before. Stress behaviors rarely appear randomly. They have triggers. Find the trigger and you find the solution. Second, create routine. Dogs thrive on predictability. The same walk time, the same feeding schedule, the same bedtime energy. Predictability tells a dog's nervous system, the world is safe, Nothing surprising is coming. You can relax. Third, give them an exit. When guests arrive, when children get loud, when the environment feels big, give your dog a quiet space they can retreat to. A crate, a corner, a room, not as punishment, as sanctuary. A dog that has somewhere to go when they're overwhelmed is a dog that can regulate themselves. And fourth, be honest about your own emotional state. Your dog is reading you constantly, more accurately than any human in your life. If you're struggling, they know. Give yourself permission to slow down, for both of you. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Your dog cannot tell you they're stressed. They cannot sit you down and say, I've been anxious for weeks. Something in my environment isn't right. I need your help. They can only show you. In yawns, in licking, in following, in wide eyes, in silence, in hair on the floor, in a heartbeat that matches yours. The question is, are you watching? Because somewhere between the tail wags and the daily routine, your dog has been sending you a message every single day. They're not being dramatic. They're not being difficult. They're not trying to frustrate you. They're trying to tell you something. And now you have the language to listen. So I want to ask you something. Think about your dog right now, in your mind. Picture them. Which one of these 7 signs did you recognize? Was it the yawning, the licking, the way they follow you from room to room? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And your answer might help someone else recognize what's happening with their dog too. If this video helped you see your dog differently, share it. Not just for the likes, but because somewhere out there, there's another dog owner who thinks their dog is fine, and their dog is quietly asking for help. And if you want to go deeper, the next video is something I think will completely change how you understand why your dog behaves differently around strangers than they do with you. The psychology behind it is something most people never even consider. It's already up. Go watch it. Your dog will be glad you did.